Good day, viewers. I am Erika Pretorius. Welcome to Lesson 2 for the History Grade 10 to 11 series for NAMCOL. Our topic for today is South African history 1948 to 1994 to assess the role of Nelson Mandela in ending apartheid in South Africa. After this lesson, you should be able to evaluate the significance of the role of Nelson Mandela in ending minority rule. Before we start, let's look at 3 keywords in the specific objective. Evaluate, to form an idea of the value of something. Significance, the quality of being important. Minority rule, a system of which the ruling party only represents a small group of people of the total population. Therefore, we should form an idea of the value of the importance of Mandela's role in ending minority rule. Viewers, let us look at some interesting facts about Nelson Mandela. Did you know that Nelson Mandela was born on 18 July 1918 and died on 5 December 2013? He was born in Wezzu in South Africa. He was a lawyer and also co-founder of the ANC Youth League in 1944. He also served a jail sentence of 25 years on Robben Island. He was the first black president and also the first democratically elected president of South Africa, serving from 1994 to 1999. Now we are going to look at Mandela, who played a very important role against minority rule or apartheid. He played a very important role in the early resistance through his leadership positions within the ANC. As the Youth League leader of the ANC, he was organizer of many demonstrations, such as the Volunteer Board, which was set up to organize the Defiance Campaign of 1952. We are going to look at Mandela, who united blacks in the struggle against apartheid or minority rule. Nelson Mandela was very active in uniting black people for a common cause. This cause was to end apartheid rule in South Africa. He was one of the organizers of the Defiance Campaign of 1952. This campaign persuaded and encouraged people to break the segregation and discriminatory laws so that it would become impossible for the government to enforce them. Mandela and the ANC hoped that the prisons would become too full if enough protesters participated in the Defiance Campaign, and they would bring apartheid through this means to an end. Mandela led a group of 52 men who broke the curfew regulations during the Defiance Campaign by walking on the streets of central Johannesburg, a white neighborhood, after 11 p.m. Let's continue with how Mandela united blacks. He was also one of the leaders who organized the Kliptown Freedom Congress, at which they drew up and adopted the Freedom Charter in June 1955. This was a plan for a new, non-racial South Africa. It demanded political rights for all, regardless of race, color, or sex. Equality of all national groups, a fairer distribution of wealth, and equal rights to education and social security for all. There we have it, viewers. Through the Defiance Campaign, the Kliptown Meeting, and the Freedom Charter, Mandela united blacks in an attempt to end apartheid. Now we are going to look at Nelson Mandela as someone who motivated the black South Africans to stand up for themselves. Mandela was co-founder of Umkhonto we Sizwe, the Spear of the Nation, which was the military wing of the ANC. This measure was inevitable because the government met peaceful demands with force, such as the Sharpeville massacre. Black opposition had two options: submit or fight, and they chose to fight. Mandela was leading this form of resistance until his arrest. Let's look at Mandela, who created awareness globally or outside the country of apartheid South Africa's unfair practices. Mandela traveled the world to focus the attention on the unfair practices against blacks. In 1962, he traveled to Algeria, Egypt, and Ghana to get international support for MK. He also traveled to London to make the world aware of the struggle of the black people in South Africa. He went to the UN and the AU to seek assistance against the apartheid regime. He further created awareness through the speeches he delivered and answering of cross questions during the much publicized trials, the Treason and Rivonia trials. Next, we are going to look at Mandela's influence from inside prison. Even though he was in prison, he continued to put pressure on the South African government and uplifted the spirit of the freedom fighters through his bravery. He assumed leadership over not only his jailed comrades, but also many of the warders to whom he was polite. He also studied law and obtained his law degree while in jail and educated his jailed comrades. Lastly, we are going to look at Mandela after his release from prison. Mandela became a symbol of forgiveness and peace in the new South Africa. Through the Truth and Reconciliation Commission, the TRC, a reconciliation took place and he ensured that white people had a place in South Africa. In summary, we have learned that 1. Nelson Mandela played a very important role in the early resistance against minority rule or apartheid. 2. Nelson Mandela united blacks in their struggle against minority rule. 3. Nelson Mandela motivated blacks inside South Africa to stand up for themselves. 4. Nelson Mandela also created awareness of South Africa's unfair practices globally or outside South Africa and from inside the prison. 5. After his release from prison, Nelson Mandela united black and white people. Remember that other people were also important and also involved in the struggle against apartheid, such as Walter Sisulu, Ruth First, and F.W. de Klerk. The following is an example of a C question in paper 1 of the history question paper. Nelson Mandela was the most important person involved in the establishment of majority rule in 1994. How far do you agree with the statement? Explain your answer. Here are a few last tips for you on how to answer question C. When answering C questions, as stated before in the quiz, remember the following. State whether you agree or disagree with the statement. This is your choice. Write a paragraph to explain your choice. Name and explain 3 or more reasons for your choice. Now, write a paragraph in which you also explain the opposite of your choice. Name and explain at least 2 reasons to motivate this side. Start your paragraph with however or on the other hand. Thank you, viewers, for your attention. Keep well until we meet for the next lesson in the history series for grade 10 to 11.